Okay, how you guys doing today? It's a little bit off, but how you guys doing? Well, I just came from Florida, United States. We had 2 hurricanes, so I'm really happy to be here. So first we have to have the presentation up. So you have a clicker? All right. So today I'm going to talk about 2 things that are very close and dear to my heart, and that's artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. So so let me go back. Oh yeah, so first I want to talk a little bit about who I am, right? Is that, so I've been in cryptocurrency since 2011. So the way I got into cryptocurrency is that I was in graduate school and I was studying cryptology, and I just happened to run across it, right? So what happened during that time is I really loved the technology and the way that the blockchain architecture worked, and that's what made me it drew me to cryptocurrency. So back in those days, I may have spent maybe hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin, because in those days, cryptocurrency was a currency, right? We were supposed to spend it. It wasn't meant as a store of value or an investment. It was meant to be spent, so I spent it. And a lot of people hear that story, and they're like, well, you could have had billions of dollars or whatever the price is now, but it was a different time in 2011, right? So that's what I want to talk about later. So back in 2017, I ran a company called ICO Ranker. Anybody traded ICOs back in 2017, 18? Can you guys, nobody traded ICOs? Anybody was in crypto in 2017? Yeah, so during 17, there was a website called ICO Ranker. And that was the one, I was the founder of ICO Ranker. So and we ended up exiting that company for 8 figures. And that's when I really became more popular in cryptocurrency, right? So I want to talk a little bit about the history of artificial intelligence, because a lot of us start to understand and realize the potential with ChatGPT. Who here uses ChatGPT? Everybody, right? But artificial intelligence is a lot bigger than that. It's not just ChatGPT. It's a whole discipline, and it's been around since 1956. It's been out for years, right? And now we're getting to the point where it's starting to become useful in society. So there's 3 types of artificial intelligence: machine learning, natural language, and computer vision. So most of the time, most of what we know with ChatGPT is with the natural language. So I want to talk a little bit more about artificial intelligence and how it's going to shift society. Then we'll move on to blockchain and how those 2 things are going to merge. This is what I believe is going to be the killer app for blockchain technology, right? Is that right now with artificial intelligence, we're going through a fundamental change in society, and it's equal to the Industrial Revolution. Is that artificial intelligence right now, most people see it as a trend because they only see ChatGPT. But artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing the way we work, the way we play, the way business is done. In 5 to 10 years, artificial intelligence will be embedded into everything that we do, and it will replace a lot of jobs. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't have jobs, we'll just have different jobs, right? So, blockchain has a role in anchoring AI and creating a system that can benefit us all. And I want to talk a little bit more about how I believe that AI and blockchain will come together to create a system that will change even more of our lives. So first we want to talk about something that happened, because whenever we mention AI or artificial intelligence, people get afraid that they're going to lose their jobs, right? But in the early 80s, there was a change that happened with personal computers. And did you know in the United States, 2% of people lost their jobs because of that? When Steve Jobs came up with the Apple I, Apple II, the Macintosh, a lot of people, the clerical workers, the typists, the secretaries, a lot of those lost their jobs, but they actually went on and got better or different jobs. So it's not gonna hurt us so much in salary and income, it's just gonna make us change what we've been doing in the past until we're gonna be doing something new. So I want to talk about the future concepts, right? Is the potential of AI and blockchain merging And I want to talk about how blockchain will enhance AI's accountability, ownership and monetization. We're going to talk about some practical applications in finance security and decentralized applications, right? So the biggest thing about blockchain right now, and a lot of people don't realize this, is that blockchain and cryptocurrency in general is all speculative. There is no real use case of blockchain happening right now that's integrated into society. All of it's based on hype, hope, and speculation, all of it. Now, I strongly believe in Bitcoin. I've put my life on it. I've bet all of my assets on it. I've bet my career on it. I strongly believe in it. But if we're just honest with ourselves, it hasn't done anything yet, really. It's all based on what it's going to do, not what it's already done or what it's doing now, right? It has a lot of potential, a lot of power, but it's not being used anywhere sufficiently. We're not using it as a payment system right now. No crypto in the world is used consistently as a payment system. No crypto in the world is used consistently in industry, except maybe two or internal ones. There's no major cryptocurrency that's being used day to day, except for speculation and investment, right? So I believe that artificial intelligence is that killer app that we need to make blockchain be used in society, right? Because if we think about artificial intelligence or AI, it's a system that has, can help us learn things, it can help us make decisions, it can help us generate documents, text, but it doesn't have access to resources, right? So by connecting AI and blockchain, AI will have access to resources, but the biggest thing here is blockchain technology, to be 100% honest, is the most secure, the most transparent, the most decentralized database that the world has ever created. Now, a database is dumb. A database just stores data, stores transactions. It can't really do anything, and we do have smart contracts, but the smart contracts are still limited, in what they can do and the scope of what they can achieve. So by adding artificial intelligence on top of blockchain, we give blockchain the intelligence that it needs to integrate more into society. And I believe that's going to be the key. That's going to be the catalyst that moves cryptocurrency and blockchain into the mainstream, right? So the biggest way I think this is going to happen is through tokenization of AI models, right? Once AI is already out there, a lot of startups are investing a lot of money into it. NVIDIA, which actually is one of the it is the top company in the world that's working with artificial intelligence. They've already stated the intention to build a gigantic AI system that can run their entire company, right? Sam Altman of OpenAI has promised similar things. Mark Zuckerberg is working on AI, and also Elon Musk. So those are 4 men. And those 4 men have the potential to own these gigantic models that could be highly likely to control all of our lives. Now, I think that's dangerous. I think it's very dangerous. AI can make credit decisions. It can decide where you're going to work. It can decide where you're going to live. It can decide if you did a crime or not. AI will do all of that in the future. But I believe that democratizing AI through tokenization is where we can kind of mitigate some of that risk. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4 men should have that much power. But also by tokenizing AI models, it's going to solve 2 more problems. Is that when AI does, I believe AI will take a lot of our jobs. It will offer people an investment pathway to own part of the AI systems that took their job or replaced them, and therefore give them an income based on what that model does and the production that it creates. And 2, it will create democratization. So we'll have more people involved in AI, more people realizing what it does. We'll be able to be more transparent with the code and how it functions, because as those people invest, they're going to want to know, or they're going to want to understand how it works. So I think that this is going to be what changes cryptocurrency forever, and it's going to happen, I believe, over the next 2 years. We've already saw with ASI. ASI is a token that merged 3 or 4 cryptos together. One was Fetch AI, and it's one of those tokens that is planning to tokenize AI models. So I think that this is going to be the killer app that changes blockchain forever. And this is what I believe is going to move it into mainstream society. So there's other applications of artificial intelligence that's already happening, right? And one is blockchain crypto mining. Some of the biggest crypto miners in the planet, Riot Blockchain, I think Hive, they've already started using artificial intelligence to optimize cryptocurrency mining. Now, one of the biggest problems with cryptocurrency mining is it uses large amounts of electricity. And a lot of people in the world don't like that because, of course, worldwide we do have an energy problem. We do have so AI can make micro changes to systems. It can, analyze large amounts of data much faster than any human can. So it can help us reduce the electricity demands on blockchain mining operations. And a lot of companies are already integrating that into their mining operations and seeing great results. So this is another way that AI can change blockchain forever. And we talked about mitigating the power of centralized ownership, right? We don't want one person, two people, three people to own every AI model that controls our world, right? That would be very dangerous, and that also mitigates that a little bit. Two is tokenization as a tool for democratization of AI. That means multiple stakeholders can get in, and they can make sure that blockchain is open, transparent, and not doing any kind of damage to society. And the last part is enabling a transparent marketplace for AI models. That means allowing smaller developers to get in and create these models, do sort of like ICOs or IPOs, and let people decide if they want to invest in these models. So it really gives another pathway for smaller developers who maybe don't have the resources to go against NVIDIA or Microsoft or Google. And they have a good idea to build those models up and receive income or receive capital to be able to start those models. So I think it's another way we can keep the power out of a few hands. So we talked about ASI, and it's one token that I think is going to do extraordinarily well over the next year and a half. Now, I believe that right now the Bitcoin halving was April 24. Traditionally or historically, it takes about 12 to 18 months before the bull run starts to happen after a halving, right? We're already like 7 months in. So sometime at the beginning of 25, maybe in the first quarter of 25, we're going to see the bull run really start to take effect. And we always know traditionally and historically, Bitcoin is always the driver. It's the number, it goes up first. And then we have altcoin season, right? So I think that every 4 years we have a technology that comes out and it's supposed to change everything. If you go back to 17, it was ICOs. A lot of new companies came out, people invested in them before they started. In 2020, it was NFTs. So I strongly believe that next year, everybody's gonna be talking about AI tokens. That's gonna be the hottest trend. And one of the reasons why is because, first of all, it's a great idea, and it is gonna change society, but two is that in the stock market, we've seen a lot of companies have incredible gains that were based in artificial intelligence. NVIDIA, SoundHound, we got Palantir, C3.ai. A lot of these companies are making a lot of money, and their share prices are going up, exponentially based on their interest in artificial intelligence. So I think that interest in the stock market will extend into cryptocurrency next year. So I really like ASI. I like the fact that they are tokenizing AI ownership. They're also, ethical governance. They're making sure that AI is done right. The decentralized marketplace, which allows smaller developers to get in, and also focusing on data privacy and security, which is a big, big issue in blockchain technology. So actually, it was a lot faster than I thought it would. I thought I had 15 minutes. So, but now it says I have 15 more. So this is my website. So if you want to know more about me, QR code, you can follow me on Instagram or x.com. So I guess we have time for questions if you guys have any questions.